Okay, everybody, this is the demonstration video for this week's longer term drawing. So you're going to use the full-size paper this week. So 18 by 24 is what was on the list. So hopefully you have that. The last few weeks we've been cutting that in half and doing smaller drawings. This week, because this is going to be done over spring break and you have a lot longer time to do it, I want you to do a large 18 by 24 drawing. On the assignment online, it says to create a midtone on your page, to create like a midtone to work in. So what you're going to do is you're going to work in charcoal for this drawing, and you're going to take a piece of charcoal and you're going to rub it all over the paper before you start drawing. And this creates a midtone, which is like when you made your value scale last week, the midtone is like that tone in between the dark and the light. It's like that middle gray. And you're going to take your chamois or a paper towel and you're going to rub the charcoal all over the paper so there's like a nice even tone of gray. Okay, so we're going to work on a piece of toned paper for this drawing. And this drawing should take you a little, you can work on it over a couple days. You know, you don't have to do it all in one sitting, meaning you can like start it and then leave it and then come back to it. But you should be spending a few hours a week on this homework. So then what you're going to do is you're going to do this drawing in charcoal. You're going to use your eraser and you're going to use your different types of charcoal that you have. And you're going to choose four objects that have texture. So I have a belt, like a woven belt. I'll post a photo of my setup since it's kind of hard to see, as well as an orange, and I cut the orange so I can see the texture on the inside as well as have the texture from the peel. I have a knit cap, and then over here, which you can't really see, is a metal can with some bumpy lines on it. So I'll take a picture of my setup and I'll send it to you. So you want to have objects that have different texture. You want to set it up in an interesting way and have at least one be fabric. So I have a piece of fabric covering this box that everything's sitting on, but the fabric here would also be the knit cap. So, you know, the fabric can be one of your objects. And then you're going to work directly onto the page. You're going to fill the whole page, and you're going to use... hopefully this will be helpful. You're going to use your texture chart to help remind you of the different textures that you can make. Let's see if you can get a little closer. The different textures that you can make to create your drawing. So I'm just going to start by sketching in the whole setup kind of all at the same time. It's okay if I go off the page. So over here I'm drawing the belt, I'm drawing the can. The can has these lines on it, like these like rippled lines on a metal can. Okay. And then my belt's going to come down here. It's going to come across the front. So I'm just blocking in this whole drawing, the whole setup, I mean. Okay, and then I'm going to use my eraser, and I'm going to go in, and I'm going to draw with my eraser these little ripples that are on the side of the can. And again, I apologize if this is hard to see. I just don't have a tripod, so I'm having a hard time getting a tripod, so I'm doing my best to make these videos as helpful as possible. Hopefully they are more helpful than they aren't. And then you can use your finger or your chamois to kind of dull the edge of that. You don't want to have a dark outline. So if you start to have a dark outline on all your objects, you want to, really blend that in with either your finger or the chamois. Okay, and so just to show you how to start to draw the texture of that hat, it's almost like a crisscross pattern because it's knitted. But the knitting's a little thicker, so I'm going to use the side of my charcoal. You just want to summarize. You want to summarize the texture. You want to know that this texture of this fabric here is different than the metal can that I'm drawing over here. Okay, so use the side. You can start to see the texture from the paper, and then use the edge to get a sharper line. And then you're going to go in and you can smudge some of that. And then you're going to go in and you're going to pull out some of the lights. I'm just making small little marks to just help create this pattern. Then I'm going to go in there and kind of put the dark around the white. So not covering the white, I'm just making the bumpy knitted texture around the whites. Okay, I'm going to go in with the side of my charcoal, kind of create this crisscross pattern. And like I said, hopefully you can see this. I'll post a photo, up close photo of both of these things. Okay, and then I'm going to go in here. I'm going to start to put in my orange. And also you can use the different types of charcoal that you have. You don't only have to use that big chunky charcoal. You can use the different types of willow charcoal. And you can erase things or wipe things out with your chamois as well as with your eraser. Okay. You don't want to have an outline on your orange. Sure. So if you look closely at the inside of an orange, there's like all these small little lines kind of radiating from the center. So I'm going to go in. Remember, you can clean off your eraser. So it starts to come together. Okay, so let's see if hopefully you can start to see this is the setup, and then here's the drawing. It's starting to come together. It's very rough. So I would work on this for over maybe a couple days. You can just keep going back and forth to it. And good luck. And have fun, like always, have fun. But please make sure you tone your paper. It's a lot easier to start that way than trying to fill in everything with charcoal, okay?